Hey everyone, welcome to our latest video. Today we're taking a close look at the XPeng G6. This car is XPeng's big bet, and you know what? It truly has boosted XPeng's sales in China, turning it into a stellar success. I've marked the timestamps for each section right here, so feel free to jump to any part that catches your interest. So let's get rolling and chat about this car. Over the past 2 years, XPeng has been the most invested and frankly the most aggressive in the electric vehicle market when it comes to autonomous driving. It's fair to say they're hot on the heels of Tesla. The most noticeable outcome, XPeng is indeed leading in the autonomous driving space compared to other brands. However, this focus may have led to some shortcomings in its design. At the start of our test drive, the salesperson demonstrated the G6's automatic parking feature. It performed impressively in a very tight space. The car didn't hesitate much, resembling a driver with years of experience. It managed to park with just 2 reverses, making it highly practical. In terms of dimensions, the G6 measures 4,753 mm in length, 1,920 mm in width, and 1,650 mm in height, with a wheelbase of 2,850 mm. As the first model built on XPeng's new architecture, the G6 does pack some punch. It shares features with the G9, like XNGP, 800 volts, and silicon carbide technology. Beyond that, the G6 is equipped with a front and rear integrated die-cast body and CIB, car body and battery integrated technology. Let's talk about integrated die casting first. The front and rear frames of the G6 are formed in one piece using a 7,000-ton die casting machine. And interestingly, they don't include the front and rear bumpers, so minor collisions won't damage these 2 frames. A bit less worry for you. The integration results in improved body rigidity. Combined with the battery chassis integration technology, the vehicle's torsional rigidity can reach 41,600 nanometers. This integration not only reduces the overall weight of the vehicle but also minimizes noise and improves sound insulation. You might be familiar with this technology. Tesla's structural battery and BYD's Seal also use this approach. They all share a common advantage, improving the utilization of space inside the car and the battery pack. So, with a wheelbase of 2,890 mm and battery chassis integration, the G6 offers incredibly spacious rear seating. The comfort level of the rear seats in the XPeng G6 is top-notch. The seat backs have a wide range of adjustable angles and the seat cushion length is just perfect. XPeng has provided a panoramic sky roof of nearly 2 square meters, enhancing the interior's airy feel. Moving to the front, let's check out the interior layout. The dashboard, central control screen, wireless phone charging, cup holders and armrest are pretty standard for an electric vehicle with almost no physical buttons. Notably, this model finally features dual wireless charging, and the power has been upgraded from 15 watts to 50 watts, now including a cooling function. However, the interior design differs from previous XPeng models, especially the steering wheel. It's oval-shaped and entirely wrapped in Nappa leather, offering an unobstructed view for the driver and more legroom. But I have a bit of an issue with the steering wheel still being torque-based. For assisted driving, you still need to occasionally adjust it manually, as it's not a capacitive steering wheel. XPeng's official explanation is that it's incompatible with heating, so if you want a heated steering wheel, capacitive functionality is not available. Material-wise, the central control area uses ultra-fine fiber suede, while the seats are made of a softer organic silicone leather material. However, I feel this material might not be very dirt-resistant. Whether in the showroom or the test drive cars, the white seats were already noticeably stained. The front seats are as comfortable as the rear ones with excellent leg support and wraparound. But there's a slight downside. They only support 6-way electric adjustment, which seems a bit limited. To make up for this, the XPeng G6 seats feature ventilation for both the seatback and cushion. Now let's talk about the driving experience. The chassis of the G6 is tuned more towards the softer side. It handles small bumps and speed bumps quite well, but there is some excessive bounce in the rear wheels on larger bumps. The main source of noise is tire noise, present at both low and high speeds, though wind noise is reasonably well controlled. The steering wheel has a bit of play, and I find the best setting to be standard because on heavy, the control feels less linear and a bit artificial. The car doesn't feel as agile on big turns, which is a minor disappointment. As for the brakes, they are very responsive initially, almost like hitting a wall. In comfort mode, the braking becomes much softer and the overall feel is more linear. The kinetic energy recovery system is also quite linear in its adjustment. Now, let's talk about charging. The G6 uses an 800-volt architecture, which is definitely more efficient than many 400-volt models. This higher voltage allows for faster charging speeds and lower energy consumption for drivers. So 800 volts means quicker charging and more efficient driving. In terms of intelligence, I believe XPeng's smart cockpit has always been a trendsetter in the industry. Voice interaction is now pretty much like natural conversation. As for design, I won't go into much detail. As I mentioned earlier, their focus and investment have been on autonomous driving. Personally, I don't find the design particularly appealing or user-friendly. Regarding autonomous driving, the XPeng G6 is equipped with 2 LiDAR sensors and 2 Orin X chips. We experienced the latest version of the assisted driving feature, which has significantly improved in lane changing compared to the older version. The logic is more aggressive, similar to a human driver deciding to change lanes. The system can now perform lane changes at higher speeds. For example, it can change lanes for overtaking at 105 km per h in a 100 km per h speed limit. In terms of efficiency, the G6's performance on ramps has also seen a substantial improvement over the previous version. Returning to the exterior, the XPeng G6 features a completely new design language. Both the headlights and taillights are long segmented bars with the LiDAR integrated just below the headlights. Additionally, other sensory hardware is concealed in the design, like the front and rear side cameras blended seamlessly into their respective positions. The rear camera is cleverly integrated into the middle of the light strip and treated with a black concealment design. The classic XPeng design with short overhangs at both the front and rear is still present, although this time the G6 does not have a front trunk. The G6 Performance version sports 20-inch wheels, which I find quite attractive. The tires are Michelin PSEV, and the body side of the XPeng G6 is very sleek, especially the curve sliding down from the C-pillar. There's a clever design touch with a contrasting color here, enhancing the car's fluidity without compromising headroom inside. The XPeng G6 also boasts an impressive drag coefficient of 0.248 for an SUV, with an electrically operated small tail wing that integrates into the rear curve when lowered and stands out in its raised position as we see it now. When it comes to electric SUVs, it's hard to ignore a particular competitor: Tesla's Model Y. How do you think the G6 stacks up? Which one would you choose? Oh, and I haven't mentioned the price yet. The model I test drove was the highest spec, all-wheel drive performance version, and it's priced at just under 280,000 RMB, roughly equivalent to 38,000 US dollars. Compared to the performance version of the Model Y, this price is quite low. However, I still believe that if you care about driving experience, Tesla remains a nearly perfect choice in the electric vehicle world. But if you're more interested in autonomous driving, then the G6 offers great value for money. If you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe and like button. Your subscription means a lot to me. Thanks for watching and see you next time.